Hi, my name is Wade Wickus, CEO of Supply Chain Secret Sauce. We are the secret sauce to your supply chain, and we help many companies, specifically in e-commerce, to succeed in their supply chains. On this next podcast, you're really going to enjoy this. Check it out, and thank you for watching this channel.
Well, hello, everyone. Live from the home delivery show here in beautiful Philadelphia. And I'm here with none other than Tyler Douglas, CEO of String. He has spent his career in the logistics automation space, focusing on how to make order fulfillment more efficient and cost-effective. Tyler founded String in 2022 with a mission of bringing intelligent automation to the shipping space to enable e-commerce businesses to save money and time on order fulfillment. Before String, Tyler worked at Covariant, where he deployed AI robotics into the world's largest e-commerce and parcel shipping organizations. Tyler, welcome to the show, sir.
Great to be here, Wade. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's cool. It's going to be an amazing day. What a wonderful show. Home delivery. Hopefully lots of folks are pumping in. The aisles are getting full, but thanks for taking time to do this. So our first question today is, first of all, tell me about String. How's that impacting supply chain logistics today, and what problems do you solve? And maybe a little bit about what's your perfect customer.
Absolutely. Thank you for the great question, Wade. So in early 2020, obviously the pandemic happened, and we saw an acceleration of a trend towards more and more e-commerce being a primary channel of how people shop, how stuff is delivered. Obviously, it's shifting back towards more of a regular growth pattern, but still we're seeing the trend continue in terms of growth. And what that means is shipping is becoming a greater line item expense for more and more companies every single year. And we also know that with leaders like Amazon, Walmart, customers have really high expectations about delivery. It's actually one of the most important things you can do to provide a good customer experience. Doing that's really expensive. And the reason it's expensive is because shipping is a black box. Essentially, you have hundreds of inputs that are changing on a daily basis, and all of those inputs affect the output. The output being, how do I get a customer an order as fast and as cost effectively as possible? And our job at String is to cut through the fog and make that super easy and automatic. So for every order, what we're going to do is we're going to find the smallest possible package that any combination of items can fit into. So we save the packer time and we minimize cubic weight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find the lowest cost method to get that parcel to a customer in the delivery window you specify. So we're going to look across carriers, service levels, accounts to find the lowest cost service with any account across any carrier that gets to your customer in time, to make it as easy and as fast as possible to delight your customers and do so cost effectively.
And from this software, I mean, you can really kind of optimize and cut down on your box needs. You could eliminate some boxes because I'm sure to get into this from a shipper's point of view, do you do like an analysis through data and just kind of figure out what's going on today? Or how do you get started with something like that?
Absolutely. So one of the first things we're going to do with a customer is run an analysis on your historical shipping data, whether it's 1 month, 2 months worth of data. We're going to plow through all of those in about a few hours, and we're going to make sure that we're actually able to save you money in advance and save you time. And if we're able to do so, the integration process is actually relatively simple. We have an open API. It only requires a few lines of code. We plug right into your accounts, whatever platform you use, whether it's ShipHero, ShipStation, a custom WMS, super easy to integrate. And you could be up and running in as little as a day.
Wow, as little as a day. That's pretty impressive. So your perfect customer would then be like maybe could be a fulfillment center, could be a shipper, could be certain brands. Kind of give me some thoughts about who the right customer is for your product.
Absolutely. So we work with both 3PLs, so businesses fulfilling orders for other companies, and brands who do their own fulfillment. Pretty much anybody who runs a warehouse who's shipping parcels to customers with relatively high volume, call it on the order of 5,000 plus parcels a month, makes a relatively good customer for us. And the reason being is the savings accrue over time. If you could save 20 cents on an order here, 50 cents on an order there, $1 on an order there, and you have 5,000 shipments, that value really starts to add up. Whereas if you only have, a few hundred shipments, perhaps the math doesn't make as much sense. So typically we look for customers who are doing over 5,000 orders a month, and we find that we're able to save them roughly about 15% in postage every month they use String.
That's fantastic. That is really cool.
Thank you.
So the more SKUs that you have that could fit into the box, the more optimized your product can really make this into something that could save even more money. So those brands that have a lot of SKUs, your algorithm will really really take all those different SKUs and really make this more effective. So that SKU information coming from the shipper or the brand has to have the correct dimension and all that sort of stuff. Do you also like give them pretty good criteria of what you need? And it's probably pretty easy to put together for initial setup.
Absolutely. So the value proposition shifts. It's not necessarily different, but it shifts based on what the customer is like. So if they have thousands of SKUs, for example, you're probably going to see more value out of the bin packing algorithm we have. Bin packing is just finding the smallest package, given any items in an order. So correct, if they have thousands and thousands and thousands of SKUs, we make it super simple and just say, here's the package you're going to use. So a packer doesn't have to search, and then they end up using a really conservative box. In terms of getting us those dimensions, a lot of 3PLs, so some of the 3PLs we work with, they already have these dimensions because they charge their customers, a storage fee based on cubic foot. If you don't, we have a process for measuring all the dimensions of those items and getting it to us. Usually it's pretty simple. You have like one base product and then you have a bunch of SKUs based on that product. So you don't have to measure every single thing, just, the like kind items. And we're actually building a feature in the works. It's coming soon. I won't tell you exactly when. That's going to allow you to use your iPhone to just snap a picture and get the measurements of any product that you have.
Fantastic. Wow. This is cutting edge. That's really cool.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations on that achievement. Yeah. So another question would be like, where do you see, because AI is such a hot topic right now, where do you see in the future the influence of AI in your product?
Yeah. So we've actually been using AI since the start, and a lot of businesses use AI, but it's hard to comprehend as a person because we don't speak the language of computers. So what we see with ChatGPT, for example, is a really great example of using AI in a way that humans can easily interpret, a communication method. But logistics companies, to some degree, have been using AI for a long time. And a lot of B2B SaaS companies, including us, use AIs to make more intelligent decisions that aren't necessarily deterministic. So how does that influence the string algorithm? Well, one thing we want to do when we're trying to find the smallest box is not use a bunch of time and a bunch of compute resources to say, hey, this is the box you should use. So instead of using typical deterministic computing where you go in a linear manner to find the answer, we use artificial intelligence to do that. So this allows us to parallelize finding the box while we're making other requests. For example, setting up a request to a shipper to get the lowest cost rate. So this allows us to do it a lot faster and more cost effectively, and typically find better answers, because when you're defining these algorithms using, again, deterministic computing, there's always going to be some trade-off between time it takes to get the job done and accuracy. And we can't have businesses waiting 5, 10, 15 seconds to find the best package. So leveraging artificial intelligence allows us to do that a lot quicker and provide typically a more accurate answer.
Fantastic. Wow. You guys are on the top of AI. And I really see that, the poly bags are growing and boxes and poly bags. So does your algorithm, I've always wondered, how does it pick a poly bag versus a box or small box? Tell me more about how that works.
Totally. So we can incorporate rules, so deterministic algorithm stuff, as well as artificial intelligence to decide what we're going to do. So for example, we know a lot of companies in the apparel space, they don't even have boxes. They just have poly bags. So in that case, we don't necessarily need to find the smallest package. We just need to find the dimensions of that package once it's stuffed with apparel items. We know they'll typically use for example, a 17 by 14 poly bag that can stretch anywhere up to, call it 10, 12 inches. But the outside dimensions are going to change as that gets stuffed. So as an example, we use artificial intelligence not to find the smallest package in this case, but to know the dimensions of the poly bag when it's stuffed. So when they're requesting a rate from a shipper, they use accurate dimensional weight and they're not hit with fees on the back end for dimensional non-compliance.
Fantastic. Wonderful. Well, Tyler, it's been really interesting hearing about your product and your amazing startup. I know you're here at the show.
Thank you.
For those that are listening, meetstring.com is the website. I'll put your LinkedIn profile as well in the descriptions. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we leave on our podcast here?
I'm really excited about the future of logistics when more businesses start incorporating artificial intelligence. I think it's going to be a quantum leap forward in the way that a lot of shippers do business, frankly. And it's exciting being on the cutting edge of it. And I'm excited to see more businesses enter the race and really push this industry forward. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I really appreciate you being on the show, and we'll talk again soon. Thanks, everyone.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. We'll have more videos coming down the road. This is an exciting adventure for us. My name is Wade Wickus. I'm CEO of the Supply Chain Secret Sauce. We specialize in e-commerce and building bulletproof supply chains to scale. We're helping companies every day, and we do this through your support. please pass this on, link this to other things, and hope you found the content very valuable. Have a great day, and thank you.